it looks like I found another video program that is simplistic enough for my goofy behind to figure out how to work. This is Streamlabs, because Minicam went under new capitalism. Not Streamlabs, Minicam went into late stage.
Right.
Because with Minicam, originally, I could take my couple bucks, I forgot how much it was, but like you get so much return, you don't care. If it was $30 or $100, you get return.
Right.
And I could buy the program and use the program. New ownership came under it, did a forced automatic update to where that's gone and it became a monthly subscription. And I hope that everybody else like myself just left. Because that's, I mean, no matter what these people call themselves, is that venture capital? Phoenix Calida.
Yeah, I would say it's venture capital.
That's venture capital. Phoenix Calida says that's venture capital. Phoenix Calida agrees with me. I am smart.
I am so smart.
Man, that Homer Simpson. All right, so I want to make sure. Let me see if I can at least do one a day. Or I'd rather do one short one a day than scrambling to get something out of there.
Okay.
And as I close the part on Reuters, the pop-up screen that says, please allow ads, and to Reuters and every other website I say, make your abs not trickster things all over the screen that pop up and roll everywhere, and you accidentally tap it so it force opens a new tab on my device. Can the ad just be a still shot? And given how much non-privacy I have, you would think they would target ads to me at this point.
Yeah.
Like, let me know what, like, I know you know where I am. I know you know what I do. I know that my bank gives you my shit. So let me know when there's a new bag of California mixed vegetables at the grocery store on sale. Shit that I actually buy.
Right.
Right? I'm not a sports gambler. I'm not a gambler.
I swear to God, that is like what a manufactured consent thing with the gambling. Because those gambling ads are everywhere. I know that's not even what we're covering. We're actually covering real news, but
yeah,
like that's my conspiracy about gambling ads. I think they want people to like go into debt with fucking gambling.
I come from poverty, and when I turned 18, I was hanging out with some folks down at the bowling alley, right? Diverse crowds, and they're like, "Oh, we're getting these scratch-off tickets, you know, $1 for." I was like, "Okay, $1 scratch-off," and it didn't win, and I was like, "So I don't get my $1 back." I also don't get anything. I don't get nachos. I don't get
nothing.
No, you get shit. Your $1 is gone, and now you're just holding garbage. So now I bought a chore. I now have to walk to a receptacle and put this in it. I bought a chore.
Yeah, they're trying to get around that by telling you that, like, you can get, like, money back on, like, your first 5 bets and shit, or, like, if you lose, they'll cover you. Like, they're really, like, if you listen to the ads, they're really trying to get people to spend their money on this gambling shit.
You can get a rebate on your fucking gambling.
Yes.
God damn, health insurance companies, take note. Right? If nothing happened to me in 3 months, I should get 40% of what I paid into health insurance the fuck back.
That would be nice.
Right? Hell, that's why I got to start a health insurance company, and then all the other healthcare CEOs, they will all wear Luigi masks and come get me. We're like, you are fucking up the business model, son. All right, this the Anti-Defamation League.
Yes.
I first heard of them when I was a youngster because they didn't like O'Shea Jackson because a guy named O'Shea Jackson from the West Covina area, and he got with a guy from the Los Angeles area, South Central, and they joined a group that considered themselves to be straight out of Compton. All right, West Covina and L.A., straight out of Compton. I get it, because there's 2 guys from Compton, so we're all from Compton.
We're all from Compton.
Until a man named Jerry Heller joined the organization to make it more business, bring it corporate, make it big.
Right.
Right? They got with the same cats that made the California Raisins big. And you can laugh at that, but they sold. I had one of the 45 records. Yeah, back in '87 in Tacoma.
Yeah.
And Ice Cube comes from a 2-parent household, and that kind of matters at that time for black folks coming out of Jim Crow, right? Remember, he's born like half a decade after Jim Crow, and his parents and him, they're like, let's look at this contract, because these guys are in their late teens at this point. Look at the contract, and he's like, no, I'm not signing this contract to be on Ruthless Records in NWA to give Jerry Heller all this, and I get this little weak check, right? Because also, keep in mind, Ice Cube is writing rhymes for himself, for Dre, and for Easy.
Right.
And he's performing live and doing his own vocals in studio. So why am I getting this little ass check? Don't seem right.
That's a fair question.
Yeah. And so he left him. And they have a little back and forth, and Ice Cube puts out what, now the song isn't really about that, but given the title, I'd say an ode to rape culture.
Yes.
Called No Vaseline. I never hear anyone talk about the rape culture in just the title alone. Right? No Vaseline. And in that record, No Vaseline, he says, you let a Jew break up my crew.
He did say that.
He did say that.
He did.
And Jerry Heller didn't break up the crew. You just made a business decision, right? You were a business person. You made a business decision. But he said that line. And a whole bunch of us found out that there was an organization called the Anti-Defamation League. We had no fucking idea.
Right.
And they didn't like that line. Had no idea they were hip-hop heads.
They're not.
Like, it seems like it.
They're not.
Oh.
They just they're just very observant.
Okay, they just don't
everything.
like they don't like the MCs. They're more DJing.
Sure, let's go with that.
That's the Anti-Defamation League. Right, that's what they do. So that's how I find out about these folks. And apparently, like, if you say that episode of Seinfeld sucked ass, the ADL comes at you, right? If you're like, Lewis Black, I'm not really feeling his rants like I used to, the ADL comes at you. If you say, Jon Stewart's acting very naive, you really didn't think it'd get this bad this fast, ADL comes at you.
Yes.
Sometimes if you talk bad about Phoenix Kalita, one side of Phoenix Kalita's heritage, the ADL comes at you. Or if Phoenix Kalita talks about Phoenix Kalita from other sides of Phoenix Kalita's heritage, the ADL comes at you.
Yes.
Right? Context.
Uh-huh.
And the ADL website says the FBI turned to it for assistance as far back as the 1940s. I have no idea what was going on in the 30s that would make them work together in the 40s. Do some research.
Something or another.
Kash Patel, which what a waste of a, like, to a English-speaking person, a cool-sounded name.
Yeah.
Right? Kash Patel. Like, man, you should have on a fitted cap and a throwback jersey, spitting on a mixtape. Right? Kash Patel, he had a decision to cut FBI ties with the Anti-Defamation League, and it follows online right-wing criticism.
Yes.
Only right-wing, you say?
Well, yes.
I mean, I understand there's some tankies that are going to say some interesting things. But the ADL had listened to Kirk's turn point. Come on, Reuters. Turn point. It says turn pointing USA.
Turn pointing?
Oh my God, Reuters. Jesus. Fix your bullet list. So Reuters thinks it's turn pointing USA. It's turning point USA.
Yes.
In the glossary on extremism. Which, and that's the thing, like, yo, I understand. It's realer than real. I might not be around much longer, given things that I'm kind of glad the old podcast is gone.
Yeah, a little bit.
I had some shit in them titles.
Yeah, like, let's get that dead internet theory going, please.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah, but, do not, like, there's a gang of shit that's going to be troubling to say. Like, I'm not going to front, yo. I went on my personal Facebook profile page. I searched Antifa, and I scrubbed my post that said, I am Antifa.
You know who still has Antifa in their username on social media? Which I just find to be interesting, because I wouldn't have expected it.
Whomst.
Doucette.
Doucette is.
Greg Doucette.
Comedian?
No.
I be losing. I have too many names.
No. He's somebody who seemed right wing and just got like really anti-police and is just like.
I don't know who this is at all.
Yes, you do.
I do.
You do.
Wait, is this a like? What do they do?
Oh,
They're a public figure.
I think he's actually a lawyer. I think that's the real job. Yeah.
All right, so Greg Doucette scrubbed it as well, and I say, but also
No, did not scrub it.
didn't scrub it, but I scrubbed mine. But I will keep talking. I'm rubbing my eyeball because my eyelashes are disrespecting me. I will keep talking about Charlie Kirk truthfully and honestly. Keep talking about what Charlie Kirk was. And there's multiple people with videos out there explaining his debate style. I should do a write-up myself on it because it's not a debate style. It's a propaganda style. And he was not debating. He was basically doing, some of y'all may remember Kevin Samuels. He,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, he dispatched himself to the shadow realm, right? Too much cocaine and monster.
I forgot about him.
Yeah, like when your most recent experience was not extreme poverty, but my man was a table waiter.
Yeah.
Which is not big paper stacks.
Right.
And he went straight from table waiter to millionaire and way too much snorting that Shinola and drinking them Red Bulls, slamming them Red Bulls. Like when I analyzed like 50 hours of his material before I talked about him, I couldn't help but notice he was constantly slamming them Red Bulls.
That seems not healthy, not the greatest.
And knocked himself off the chessboard. But what he did, he would have women would call into the show asking for relationship advice, and then he would just make fun of them and then do manosphere talking points. He didn't say anything unique. The manosphere talking points he did are all over the manosphere, black and white.
Yeah.
And to a lesser extent, Indian. They have their own manosphere, right? And he wasn't debating them or helping them. They were just part of the show.
Right.
Charlie Kirk, same thing. He's not debating these people between the ages of 17 and 22. They're just a part of the show. Like what they are is a jumping off point. It's like almost like he was doing conservative reaction videos in real time to a live subject, right? Like here, I'm going to say something that is grotesque, racist, sexist, classist, ableist on purpose because I know that you are an empathetic, principled person and you are young and going to have an emotional reaction to that. You have an emotional reaction. I comport myself sitting up here on the big stage. And Charlie Kirk's probably like a 6 foot something guy.
Probably.
Right? Tall, skinny guy, right? Tall, skinny guys, easy to respect in Western culture for some reason. And then they're just what he's reacting to for the audience. That's not debating.
And I'm glad that you mentioned young because there's a reason he kept going to college campuses.
Yeah.
Like, there's a reason you don't see him having debates with like 40 and 50 and 60 and 70-year-olds.
Yeah.
There's a reason it's always like a fucking like 20-year-old.
Like, I'm sure Sam Cedar would have debated him every weekend if you want to.
Probably.
Right? He went up against the Cedar once and never again. Right? The only people that go against the Cedar twice are very arrogant libertarians. i.e. Walter Block.
I was about to say, who was the...
Woo, anarcho-libertarian. And I still want to know, I would love to follow a paper trail and see if Walter Block is a Koch brothers installment to, I think it was Tulane University.
Oh, he's gotta be.
Yeah. Like, just when you look at his age, what he teaches, and what we know that the Koch brothers did with, they would donate money to colleges and then also be like, and hey, we have this professor. Why don't you give my boy a job and we'll build you a new science wing, baby. And the Koch brothers, like, cancer research was their thing anyway because that ran in their bloodline.
Yeah, the one fucking thing.
Yeah, I'm way on that tangent.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, because I remember how they was like, constitutional originalism. And, like, all this shit, like, no, you have to pretend that the founding fathers knew what would happen if we had AK-47. Like, all that shit, none of it mattered. And then when it came to cancer research, like, please take our money because it runs in our family.
Yeah.
Like, oh, fine. The one fucking thing that impacts you. Fucking assholes.
Important to care about this thing.
Ugh.
Right? And all that, runs back to this ADL business. That's right, because they pointed out Kirk's turn pointing USA.
Yes.
Reuters, please. I gotta wonder if they let. Hold up, who's the author? Okay, there's an author's name, right? Kanishka Singh, right? Wondering how much of this shit is AI, right? Did they use AI to do the summary? Did Kanishka write the article, and did they use AI to do
Kanishka
this?
even a real person? They have AI journalists now.
I know there's a black woman AI journalist that I've seen so many times. Yes, and she really
like legally required to say when it's AI.
And I swear, like, she's easy to believe because she's just like a no, I'm not fucking allowing ads. Go fuck yourself. Oh wow, it won't let me look at it if I. Oh, there we go. Nope, it will not let me look at this webpage unless I allow ads. All right, looks like I'll be reading Reuters a lot less. Well, looks like you just lost a reader, right? You want to have ads so bad that you lost a reader. And I'm going to be telling my audience, 125,000 people, to not read you.
That says she is a breaking news reporter in D.C. who primarily covers U.S. politics and national affairs.
Hold on, it says
his current role. Whoa,
okay,
sorry.
yeah, you said she, and I was like, hold on.
Sorry. Past breaking news coverage has spanned across a range of topics like Black Lives Matter, the U.S. elections, 2021 Capitol riots and their follow-up, Brexit, U.S.-China trade tensions, NATO withdrawal from Afghanistan, COVID-19, and the 2019 Supreme Court verdict on a religious dispute in his native India.
All right. I respect that. So now, the ADL, so apparently they put Charlie Kirk in extremism.
Yeah.
Which, to one degree or another, I've made this argument before on the privately owned social media. There is no such thing as far right. Like, the right wing, they are far right. Like, being right wing is just being far, because your whole ethos is people shouldn't have rights.
Right.
People shouldn't have autonomy. Right? Like, just a basic standard issue right-winger that you don't think is extreme. Let's think about it. They think that welfare and shouldn't exist, and it should all just be left up to the church. Right? They think that let billionaires go harder and don't ever tax them, and don't tax millionaires. They believe that anything the police do, perfectly fine. Matter of fact, go harder. This is all regular right wing, right? Because people talk about when was regular right wing. Oh, what, 90s, 80s? Oh, so Newt Gingrich, right? Oh, go back 10 years before that, 70s? Oh, so you mean who's the name we always mention? Lee Atwater, the nigger guy, right? Go back a decade earlier, Strom Thurmond. Like, right wing has always been fucked up. Right wing is pro-segregation. Right? Remember, Rand Paul is supposed to be a middle-of-the-road libertarian. And back when I was a young warthog, I saw him on the Rachel Maddow program talking about, hey, man, that Civil Rights Act, not really feeling it. And then Charlie Kirk also not feeling the Civil Rights Act, but Charlie Kirk's far right and Rand Paul's regular?
Right.
The fuck are we talking about? It's all the same right. It's just some people don't use dog whistles anymore, and so that's why y'all call them far right. I should probably make an essay out of that.
Also, I think too is that like they the ones, a lot of them are perceived as not being far right because they aren't as vocal about like everything.
Yeah.
Right? But when is the last time you sat down? Well, not that you should sit down with these people, but when's the last time someone asked them, but how do you feel about racial segregation? Should it be, like, should black people have protections? And, like, then see what they say, right?
Yeah.
You just didn't know that they think that because it's not their thing that they talk about, right? They talk about taxes, or they talk about, coal instead of green energy or shit like that. But, like, or at best, they're apathetic about that type of shit. To be like, okay, well, that's not really my thing, but, like, I don't actually care about abortion. But you know what? If the party's saying ban it, then fucking ban it, whatever.
Now, notice one of the first things Phoenix Calida said right there was start talking about taxes. What does Lee Atwater tell him to do? Now you're talking about taxes, and it gets so convoluted, you don't even know what you're doing anymore. Like,
right.
Yeah, that's on purpose, and they still do it, and that Lee Atwater quote should be talked about more. But as we said, lefties are nerds and lefties are the hip hop heads of politics. They want to go to whatever's new and hot on the block. They're intellectual fiends. Taking a look here. So, out of Reuters, what is this writer? Kanishka tells us that the FBI said on Wednesday that it cut ties with the Anti-Defamation League, a Jewish group that tracks anti-Semitism.
Sorry, I don't mean to laugh. It's just too fucking funny.
Yo.
Oh, just this whole situation.
It's a little bit. It's not that. It's very serious.
I mean,
it hurts my feelings.
It does not. You don't even have feelings.
Yes, it does. Big time. The fucking cut ties with the Jewish group. They track anti-Semitism. After conservatives criticized the group for including slain activist Charlie Kirk's organization in the glossary on extremism. In a social media post, the FBI director Kash Patel, he's the guy that has followed Trump's. What did Trump write down like a hurricane tracking with a Sharpie?
Yeah.
Now Kash Patel has his own Sharpie for marking bullets. Right?
Anti-ice.
Yeah, like the next one's gonna say, I love Mr. Williams' neighborhood. Right? Just so everybody can come fucking bother me. Fucking right? Or I think somebody in my comments, they were like, the next bullets are gonna say, actually, I am trans. Which it's also just like fucking, I'm so tired of Schrodinger's leftist, right? Schrodinger's leftist, who is a soy boy, weak, scared of everything, all guns. Oh my God, gay but not gay because he's also a cuck. And to be a cuck, you have to be not gay, but he's also gay, but effeminate gay because there is no masculine gay. Even though when Republicans go on Grindr, they look for no fatties, no femmes, you know. But then also can snipe a target right in the fucking throat from 200 yards away.
Yes.
That's your leftist?
Yes.
Because I could have swore the leftist had purple hair and didn't even have a trigger finger. Like all leftists are born without an index finger because our hands can't shoot guns.
Yep.
Woo!
And speaking of the homophobia, we have another story we have to cover another day.
Bleat and bloody hell.
Yeah, someone running for office who is a gay Republican who his party said, stop it.
Y'all don't want another George Santos?
It was really funny because he's like, I can't believe they're telling me what I can and can't do in the privacy of my own home. And I'm like, do you know you ran as a Republican?
Where the fuck do these people be at? Which I'm wondering if it was on some fucking, were these one of them motherfucking I'm LGB without the T niggas?
I think he was just like, I'm a white man and you can't tell me no.
Yeah,
also, he runs a Nazi blog.
Nigga, I bet my hand will say no to your face. What do you think of that? and no is one syllable, so it's easy. We can get this one done. Quick. No. Fucking stupid.
No.
Jesus. The ADL said it took note of Patel's announcement and has deep respect for the FBI.
Yep.
That's weird. Wait, so like the boot is literally trying to shake you off and you're still licking it?
Yep.
Like you're trying to staple your tongue to the tread?
Well, how familiar are you with the ADL?
I only know that they're fuckheads, but I don't know much detail.
Okay, so they started in the early 1900s after the Leo Frank situation, which was a Jewish guy who was accused of raping and killing a white girl and got lynched, basically.
Because Jewish is not white.
Jewish. It wasn't back then. This was like 1920 or something.
Not back then.
No, they weren't white back then.
I don't know, man. David Packman. Deborah Messing.
They were. And so that's how they started. And they started off as basically looking for bigotry, looking for extremism, right? And then, of course, obviously started working with the government in the 1940s because, you know, the whole thing that was happening in the 40s. And then stayed working with the government. But since, like, the 70s and 80s, they went off the track to say that, like, this is, like, they're a big part of why if you oppose Israel, you're an anti-Semite. A lot of that comes from them, like, in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah, which...
Yeah. And so, because that was their thing, and obviously, like, everyone can see what's happening in Palestine, like, you know, like, regardless of how you feel about Israel, you're like, I don't know, maybe they shouldn't bomb hospitals. That's, like, a perfectly reasonable position for most people.
That's like me saying you're an anti-black racist if you think Umar Johnson is fucking stupid. Umar Johnson is fucking stupid.
Yeah, and so, and so, like, that's the whole thing. Like, they said, like, the BDS movement is anti-Semitic. They actually, like, they've openly said they hate Jews for peace.
That's a real sentence you gotta say.
Yeah, like, Jews for Peace is obviously an anti-violence organization. They've called for peace in Palestine, a ceasefire.
Like, it's a sentence where the words Jews, hate, and I follow each other in chronological order, and you don't get to call that anti-Semitic.
You don't get to call that anti-Semitic.
God
those
damn.
Those Jews aren't real Jews.
I had no idea. But again, somebody who looks like Mel Gibson is indigenous to the Middle East. Motherfucker. Nigga.
And so they've gotten more and more right wing, and the current guy, I think it's Jonathan Greenblatt, is the current guy who's like
I know that name.
He's like the CEO of the ADL right now.
Okay, so I've seen that name for that reason.
Yes,
Okay.
Yes. And so he's gotten like way right wing, all those wings with it.
A normal publican.
Yes. Like, because he was the one who, when Elon did the Nazi salute, was like, no, it's not a Nazi salute. And we're like, dude, you're the ADL. Like, has, like, been relatively anti-Muslim and just gotten, like, more and more conservative. And so, like, what's hilarious to me about this is, like, y'all did all this shit to try to suck up to Republicans, but because you said something mean about Charlie Kirk on your website,
you found out where they really stand. Right, and it's not even mean. It's just like to the politically simplistic, it's accurate. Right? Because I would consider someone that thinks that Charlie Kirk is far right and not regular right, that you are politically remedial. Mm-hmm. I don't think you're generally remedial or intellectually remedial, but politically you are. Mm-hmm. Like you're just you're a fuddy-duddy. A fuddy-duddy. Yeah, I'm hardcore.
All right.
Yeah, I think that's actually almost like the whole... No, that's not the whole article. I just have ads blocked. So that much space, damn near half a page was supposed to be an ad. And then also, I will not use the word. I'm going to use my own words here as opposed to directly quoting the article because I don't like to lie to the audience. Kash Patel, cool rapper name, his announcement followed criticism by the ADL by right-wing voices, including billionaire Elon Musk, over his inclusion of Kirk's Turning Point USA in his glossary of extremism of hate. Kirk was shot in September. After that criticism, the ADL removed the entire glossary from its website. So... just the whole archive?
The whole archive. And that's the thing. I was actually looking while we've been recording. I was looking yesterday. I can't find a record of the archive. It's like it never fucking... Like, I can't find what was on it. I can't find out what specifically they said about Turning Points USA. I can't find who else was mentioned in it. I can't fucking find that fucking thing. And I'm pretty good at internet searching at this point in my life. I can't find it.
Right? A good DuckDuckGo search.
Yeah, I can't fucking find it. I especially cannot find out what they said about Turning Points USA. I do know they went on Twitter and were like, oh yeah, we fucked up. There was stuff on there that was wrong. We're listening and learning. Which,
woo!
Yeah. Okay, that's not verbatim, but that's the spirit of what they said. Where they were like, oh yeah, there was stuff on there that probably shouldn't have been on there. So we took it down, our bad. Which is wild to me. Because, again, you're supposed to be the Jewish-led organization to protect Jewish people and other marginalized groups from extremism and white nationalism and Nazism and all these things. And here you are talking about, like, Elon Musk's Nazi salute isn't a Nazi salute. But also keep in mind, these people hate Mamdani because he's anti-Jewish, because he never speaks to actual Jews. And the Jews he speaks to aren't real Jews. It's going over well in New York, let me tell you.
They're not real Jews. Like, they sound like brothers in the hood, when they don't like another brother, we're like, man, you ain't no real nigga.
Yeah,
Like,
that's literally what it is.
They,
Because that's the thing. Of course, Mondani, because he's spoken about a ceasefire in Palestine and has talked to groups like Jews for Peace about it.
which, and how do they feel about it? What's the sentence they have to say? Which I don't want to say that sentence. It feels bad to say, I hate Jews for peace. But you realize before you get to for peace, you have to say the first 3 words.
But ADL is also Jewish, so it's, it doesn't count. It's fine when they say it.
I think there's something where they're giving up the game, which again, now I speak this because I want you, the listener, to no longer be politically remedial, right? What they're establishing is kind of the same thing as when people that identify themselves as white, classify themselves as white, call themselves Christian. Mm-hmm. They're calling it an affiliation. It's not actually a belief. They don't believe in shit. All right? They don't give a goddamn. Fuck all that shit. They don't care. They probably don't even do any of the holidays. Probably only the fun ones, whichever ones are fun. According to comedian Louis Black, none of them are. Louis Black hates Hanukkah.
Damn.
Yeah, because he said he said it's something like it's like 8 to 12 shitty gifts, while all his Christian friends had bomb ass Christmas. And but like it's an affiliation, right? So they're saying you're not a real Jew the same way like Nipsey Hussle from Rolling 60s Crip in California would look at a New York Crip and say you're not a real Crip. Or even years ago, we saw the same thing before Nipsey Hussle got in. A guy named Calvin Broadus or Snoop Dogg. Mm-hmm. He said that this was around the time the guy Lil Flip had a record out called Flip, Flip, Flip. How they did the hook. And he went out to New York and there was a bunch of guys from Harlem calling themselves Bloods, Harlem and the Bronx. Mm-hmm. And he got on stage with the Lil Flip record on and had them all yelling Crip, Crip. And then he went on the radio, got on the interview and said, them fake Bloods in New York. I had them all screaming Crip.
Yeah.
like that's what they're doing with the affiliation of Jewish, mm-hmm. right? Like where to my understanding, vaguely, it's always seemed to be a religion, but also somewhat an ethnicity, mm-hmm. which I never really got the ethnicity part. Cause again, like from where, and when you tell me from where, do it without the religion. Now, right? Because you can't do it without the religion. Because then they're going to be like, oh, yeah, no, my family's from Palestine. Nigga, you have red hair and grew up in Ireland. How the fuck? You're Gaelic, okay? Like, get out of here with that shit. You're not from the fucking Middle East, right? Yeah, it's a clique you can claim.
Yeah.
And that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got something.
Oh, no, I agree. That is what they're doing. And it's just, I'm just still looking to see what they said about Charlie Kirk, and I can't fucking find it. But yeah, so it's, that was like their big thing is basically the people who agree with them aren't necessarily Jewish. If someone is Jewish, they just like pretend it didn't happen, right?
Pretend it didn't happen.
Cause they were
I like that. That's Sphinx Kalita's wording.
Because they said Mamdani hasn't spoken to anyone Jewish or gone to like any Jewish events, and then like someone posted a picture of him like at a meeting with like Jewish community leaders in New York. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And they were like, well, we didn't mean it like that.
Oh, and the ADL was like, there ain't no real niggas. Them old fake ass niggas, cuz.
I don't fucking find that shit
The
out.
fuck?
But yeah, it's goofy. And yeah, so they've been like just off the rails going right as fuck, trying to like appeal to Trump and the Republicans, and now here you are.
You might as well start banging that shit. Like, if you're gonna do it, start banging that shit then. Like, I want to see you wearing your yarmulke out your back left pocket. Right? Running up on Cash. Yo, what that Israel like, cuz? Like, start running up on them then. Like, you're just banging at this point.
That's my alarm. Yeah, because let's see. They said, let me see if I can find it right now real quick. He said that Mamdani has never attended services in a synagogue. And then someone was like, oh, he was actually at a congregation in June. So this was what Greenblatt, the guy who runs the ADL, said. This candidate, talking about Mamdani, has gone to Harlem to meet the black community, Washington Heights to meet the Latino community, Chinatown to meet the Asian community, not once to a Jewish neighborhood. And then people were like, hey, here's evidence that he did. He also wrongly claimed that Mamdani didn't reach out to Hasidic voters in their native Yiddish language, but Mamdani gave an interview to a Yiddish language Hasidic newspaper, and there are photos on social media of pro-Mamdani Yiddish language campaign posters in Borough Park.
You gotta bring back that why you always lying guy.
Right?
Jesus, man.
Now, a recent survey showed Mamdani leading in the general election with a large share of Jewish voters, 37%, but Greenblatt said he doesn't believe the polls showing Mamdani with significant support among Jewish voters. I know something about this candidate. He hasn't been to any of the mainstream Jewish institutions. Mainstream. That's how they're doing it. Mainstream Jewish institutions. I mean, I haven't heard from him. Why the fuck he gotta talk to you, nigga?
Yeah. Especially, like, why should he kiss your ring when you're kissing Kash Patel's ring?
Right. I don't think the heads of most major Jewish groups have. He went to meet Reverend Sharpton in Harlem. Why hasn't he met any mainstream Jewish leaders in a public forum that can be aired? We know why.
That's why hierarchy is bad.
Because I think he was a Students for Justice in Palestine organizer who proposed legislation in Albany to restrict the ability of Jews to donate to Israeli organizations. BDS.
The things that you have to say you're mad about in public. You have to say, I hate Jews for peace and I hate Students for Justice. You have to say that out loud in front of people.
Yep. So that's why I'm like, because I keep seeing, like, with not just Mamdani, but, like, the BDS stuff, the protesters for Palestine getting called Hamas, right? All that shit. Like, I just keep seeing the ADL pop up more and more and more and more. And it's constantly on the wrong side of history, which is wild because they're Jewish and you should see this coming. And now this. So I'm just like, probably shouldn't be as delighted about the story as I am, but it's very funny to me because, like, how did you not see that shit coming? That's like some fucking, like, Roadrunner Wile E. Coyote shit. Like, this is the part where, like, he, like, accidentally runs off the cliff and then, like, looks at the camera right before he drops. Like, that's kind of...
So, like, how long until Amy Schumer, like, becomes in high leadership of the ADL? Because she's white enough.
She is white enough. But I think we're gonna see the anti-Semitism increase because now, because of the Charlie Kirk thing, not everyone, white Republicans are turning on the ADL because they're going to cause murders. So we're already doing blood libel and it's been less than 24 hours.
Yeah, I think that, like, a smart business move and a smart social move would be to sell T-shirts marketed very heavily to young white males. Like, literally, like, hell, call the company young white male tees, and literally on it says, I am not a Charlie Kirk supporter. Because I think if I was a young white male, I'd be looking for some way to make sure that people know I'm not on this Kirk shit, man.
Right.
Because I can't, like, I know that I got one young white male coworker where, like, he just kind of leans in and just says little shit to let you know, hey, man, leaning left over here. Leaning left. And I wonder if, like, he can feel the Kirk heat.
Right.
Because, like, I don't know how it is out there. I'm not a young person. I'm not really in the street like that. And when I say in the street, I mean, like, in the public like that.
Right.
Like, I'm at work, I'm at errands, I'm at home, I'm in the garden, you know, and, but for people out there, like, is there more apprehensiveness to even interact with a white male under 30 right now?
I mean, not that I think anecdotes about dating are necessarily, like, a larger social reflection, but that seems to be a trend for a long time as more and more women are shying away from men to be like, yeah, and especially white men because of the, like, manosphere stuff and the conservative stuff, and I can only imagine the Charlie Kirk shit made it worse.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, so, I mean, it seems like it, right? And then I think what's also going to make it worse is the people who are acting ridiculous post Charlie Kirk's death, right? Because, like, there were the stories about the people who were literally just driving around to random businesses demanding they put their flags at half-mast.
Yeah, like they did that shit to my niece. Like, my niece
Yeah.
works in customer service, and, like, somebody wrote, I am Charlie Kirk in the tip part of the receipt.
Yeah.
Like, being fucking weird, man.
And the fucking videos of the Starbucks shit.
Oh,
Where people,
yeah.
like, I've seen like 5 different ones where someone goes to Starbucks and orders his favorite drink, which is weird that you know someone's favorite drink at Starbucks. What? Why do you need to know that? Right? And then
Yeah.
they order it and then they put Charlie Kirk on the cup. And if the barista, like when they call the order, doesn't say Charlie Kirk, they like lose their shit. Like, yeah, it's, yeah, getting people fired from their jobs. Fucking, yeah, like, and that's not helping the public perception.
Yeah. And they don't know because they only talk to each other.
Yeah.
And it goes back to that old thing of like, you're the, you join this club where you all go in a room in the basement and rub shit in your hair and dance around. And like for years, like you go in this club and you rub shit in your hair and dance around. And then like, you know, before everyone goes home, you all hit the showers together and, you know, grinder it up in the showers and rub all the shit out of your hair. And then you go back to work and but like, particularly with this internet shit, like post 2000 high speed internet, like y'all started coming out with the shit still in your hair.
Yeah.
And because you come out, you're immediately around each other, right? You're still going to your cars. A lot of you are going back to the same neighborhoods. So it's not too bad having shit in your hair. But now you're spreading out. Like now you're the only person in this neighborhood with shit in your hair. And people are like, what the fuck? You got shit in here? Like, yeah, I have shit in my hair. I'm an American. Freedom.
Right.
It's my shit. It's my hair. You saying I can't rub shit in my hair, commie? You know, and like, and they don't know. They're the shit in their hair cult.
Yeah. And I think, like, something in that vein, too, is also that, like, they don't know how weird they are because they're so insulated.
Yeah.
But also, like, not just weird to, like, us. Because, you know, politics is kind of our thing. We try to be very aware of what's going on. And I'll be honest, the average person doesn't really pay that much attention to politics, right? If something is a major news story, you know, then there's that, or they might vote in like a presidential election, but, you know, not particularly engaged. But the Charlie Kirk shit is like, now you're just some random person in Starbucks watching, you know, you heard Charlie Kirk died because it was all over the news. You're like, I don't even know what that guy said. Maybe it was bad. Maybe it wasn't, you know, difference of opinion, whatever. Apathetic about it. But now you're in Starbucks and you see someone, you have to say Charlie Kirk because that's what I told you to say. You're like, these are his fans?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Right? They have
Like-
shit in their hair.
Right? Because, like, we're not surprised by that. But the average person who's not as tuned in, this might be some of their first exposure with open and out Charlie Kirk fans. Like,
Yeah.
really?
Like, I'm telling you, like, my only incentive to, like, be rich is to, well, they want to fuck with us and I want to fuck back. Like, I want to own Starbucks franchises where somebody says, put Charlie Kirk on my drink, and my staff is fully authorized to say, you're a fucking weirdo. Like, you don't get fired for that. You don't get written up. And when they say, come, I want you the manager, I want them to smile and say, go get the manager. And I come out in a dashiki. And I say, yeah, what's this about? I told him to put Charlie Kirk on my shit. And then I bring up Charlie Kirk saying something else. I say, you're a fucking weirdo.
Yep.
We'll still take your money, but we're writing fucking weirdo on the cup. You
That
know?
would be fun.
Yeah. Yeah, when I was younger, my incentive to be rich was like, I can dress up like a clown and smoke reefer in downtown Seattle and crip walk. And no, there's way more constructive things.
There are more constructive things. I mean, still smoke reefer, though.
Yeah, we're pushing up against 5 a.m. I have a probably weird shift to get to. I hate audit days. Everyone freaks out at audit days. What audits are, now that I'm a big old grown-up, I'm from the age of when standardized testing entered schools. They, like, for my school, I don't know for you, Finch Leader's 2 years older than me. It started rolling out for us when I was going into about grade 2, grade 3. Like, they started doing this, and ours is in Washington State. It was called the WASL. In Illinois, it was
Iowa test.
you had the Iowa test.
Yes.
Yeah, we had the Washington State Learning Assessment. Whatever, Washington Assessment of Learning. It was the WASL, the WASL. And my niece, you know, is born later when it's a super normal thing. And in Florida, it was the FCAT. I don't know what it stood for. And yeah.
Oh, I remember it was new for us because it was a big thing because the the town I grew up in had a General Mills factory. And so General Mills would like, those little boxes of cereal, like the individual serving size.
Yeah.
They used to come and drop off like a bajillion boxes of cereal during test week because there's some study that like if you eat before you take a test, you do better because you're, not hungry.
Well, the Black Panthers told you that shit.
So that was like a very big thing. Like it was like new, like General Mills is partnering with the school district to bring in cereal for the kids before they take the Iowa test.
I like that they did that and took credit for it after killing Fred Hampton. Thank
don't
goodness.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that part.
Yeah, man. And I think that like these audits that we have at our jobs, that's kind of what standardized testing is preparing you for. Like that's, and I'm not going to be bold enough to use the word theory. That's just what I think. When you already think about the fact that so much of school training is just training you to be an employee, as Phoenix Calida pointed out to me, with citing a source. Phoenix Calida cited a source. When I first met Phoenix Calida was like, oh yeah, the bells in school, that's just for bells at work. But I didn't have a factory job yet. Now I have a factory job. It is the exact same fucking bell. It is ridiculous. And I'm like, holy shit. And people just get up and start moving. Like, oh, bell went off. Right? And it also makes me think back to when this shit was developing. Let's bring this thing all the way back.
Yes.
NWA.
Yes.
Ice Cube. And one of my favorite movies, Higher Learning, with a guy named Michael Rappaport. But there's a scene in the Higher Learning where they're all like, all the people classified as black are hanging out in the black hole, and Ice Cube is doing what Regina George did years later, like showing everybody what these different cliques were at the school. And then the bell rang and everybody got up but Cube, and he said, y'all some trained Negroes, y'all hear a bell and y'all run. Yep, and the ADL couldn't stand that.
Well, don't worry, Michael Rappaport is pro ADL.
Of course he is.
Of course he is.
Michael Rappaport is the worst hip-hop head ever of all times. And I won't front on him, but he's a legitimate OG Brooklyn hip-hop head. But he's the worst one.
Yes. Yes.
God damn.
Yeah. So now I just got to see what APAC is going to do because APAC and ADL are closely tied. So I'm like, I want some APAC news to drop today.
Right? Oh, man. All of a sudden, you realize that Hakeem Jeffries is about to fucking tweet. He's about to retweet Marjorie Taylor Greene's old joint. What is it? Abolish the FBI or some shit like that? Yeah.
Either that or he's going to endorse Mamdani. I don't know.
Come on, man. Like, Hakeem, what kind of fucking punk-ass weirdo are you? Cuz it's so weird to me. I don't like that cat, and a lot of it is because he's very uncanny valley.
He is.
Yeah. It's like, nigga, something is fucking off. I don't like him, and I want to meet his parents. I want to know what the fuck raised this. And how. Like, I gotta wonder if it's kind of like Jadakiss. Like, did one of your parents walk you to school every day till you were 16?
I could see it.
Jesus, man. All right. Fuck Hakeem Jeffries and whatever the hell Ice Cube is doing now. I hope they make another Friday movie.
Ice Cube is fielding controversy because of his tour bus.
Oh, that's right. The tour bus on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was some Charlie Kirk fans did that.
Probably.
I just say that now. Like, whenever I see I just see bad news and I'm just like, oh yeah, some Charlie Kirk supporter did this. I just get in the comments and do it. Yeah. Especially stuff that was just uploaded. First comment.
Honestly, probably was.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because what if they heard Ice Cube's old material?
Well, no, because the theory that they're going with is because it had, like, ice on it. People thought it was, like, ice, like, La Migra ice.
Oh.
And who the fuck thought? Nobody fucking thought that.
And also, I bet his face is on it.
Like, yeah, I'm like, nobody fucking thought it was the masked up kidnapper, slave catcher ice.
And also, do you think that's what ICE vehicles look like?
Right,
a fucking
tour bus.
Has fucking 6 giant wheels, pulls in slow, and has a picture of a rapper actor on the side.
So, yeah, that just, like, to me implies if they're gonna stick with that theory, like, so it was a right winger then, because
Yeah.
no one fucking. All right.
Yeah,
All right.
and I wish the left would just do that, man. Like the left got to learn how to fucking get hardcore, get mean about shit. You know, and also if you speculate that a right winger did something horrible, you're probably right. Like you're looking at an 80-20. Hell,
Honestly.
frankly, you're looking at like a 95-5 cuz even the ones that aren't right wingers aren't actually left wingers. Right? Like supporting Bernie Sanders, a gang of people supported Bernie Sanders. Even Tariq Nasheed's goofy ass was like, "Yeah, Bernie Sanders. I don't know much about him, but he seemed cool. He seemed cool. I might vote for Bernie." You know, like even
Yeah.
Tariq was like, "I might vote for Bernie." I heard that shit in 2015. All right. So like that doesn't mean you're left wing. That just means that you're like, "Oh, I had a family member die because of healthcare costs, and I'm feeling that." And the fact that Bernie Sanders fucking sounds like RZA from Wu-Tang Clan, he's relatable. Yeah. Like he sounds like what Bill Burr would sound like in the future. All right. Get the hell on out of here. I got a shift to get to. It's going to be fucking stupid. This probably didn't need to be 50 minutes.